So then, of Mice and Men. To understand the context of John Steinbeck's book, you need to know a little bit about Steinbeck himself and a little about economic conditions in 1930s America. John Steinbeck was born in Salinas, California in 1902. Although his family was wealthy, he was interested in the lives of the farm labourers, and he spent his time working with them. He used his experiences as material for his writing. He wrote a number of novels about poor people who worked on the land and dreamed of a better life, including The Grapes of Wrath, which is the heart-rending story of a family's struggle to escape the Dust Bowl of the West to reach California. Steinbeck was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1962, which was 6 years before his death in 1968. The Depression. On October the 29th, 1929, millions of dollars were wiped out in an event that became known as the Wall Street Crash. It led to the Depression in America, which crippled the country from 1930 to 1936. People lost their life savings when firms and banks went bust, and 12 to 15 million men and women, that's 1/3 of America's population, were unemployed. There was no dole to fall back on then, so food was short and the unemployed in cities couldn't pay their rent. Some ended up in settlements called Hoovervilles, which was after the US president of the time, Herbert C. Hoover, in shanty towns made from old packing cases and corrugated iron. Migrant farmers. Added to the man-made financial problems were natural ones. A series of droughts in southern Midwestern states like Kansas, Oklahoma and Texas led to failed harvests and dried up land. Farmers were forced to move off their land. They couldn't repay the bank loans which had helped buy the farms and had to sell what they owned to pay their debts. Many economic migrants headed west to Golden, California, thinking that there would be land going spare. But the Californians turned back many, fearing they'd be overrun. The refugees had nowhere to go back to, so they set up home in huge camps in the California valleys, living in shacks of cardboard and old metal, and they sought work as casual farmhands. Against this background, ranch hands like George and Lenny were lucky to have work. Ranch hands were grateful for at least a bunkhouse to live in and to have food provided, even though the pay was low.